What is Cuba's relationship with the United States? Cuba's relationship with the United States is a complex story filled with conflict and differing ideologies. At the heart of this relationship is the influence of communism on Cuba's foreign policy. From a communist viewpoint, this relationship represents a struggle for national sovereignty against what is seen as United States imperialism and intervention. Cuba's foreign policy is deeply rooted in the principle of internationalism. This concept emphasizes solidarity among workers and oppressed peoples around the world. Historically, Cuba has supported revolutionary movements in various countries, which often puts it at odds with the United States. The United States has aimed to limit the spread of communism and maintain its influence in the Western Hemisphere. The current relationship can be traced back to the Cuban Revolution in 1959. During this time, Fidel Castro and his supporters overthrew the United States-backed government of Fulgencio Batista. Initially, Castro's revolution did not openly embrace communism. However, as tensions with the United States grew, Cuba aligned more closely with the Soviet Union. The United States responded with economic sanctions and an embargo, along with attempts to undermine the Cuban government, including the failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961. From the communist perspective, actions taken by the United States are viewed as attempts to dominate Cuba and prevent the success of a socialist state. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 is seen as a defensive measure against United States aggression. Following this, Cuba maintained a strong alliance with the Soviet Union and other socialist countries, while the United States continued its embargo and efforts to isolate Cuba internationally. Cuba's foreign policy has focused on supporting anti-imperialist and revolutionary movements, particularly in Latin America, Africa, and Asia. This aligns with the idea of internationalism, which calls for unity among socialist and anti-colonial forces. The Cuban government has provided medical, educational, and military assistance to other nations as part of this commitment. In recent years, there have been moments of thaw in U.S. Cuba relations, particularly during President Barack Obama's administration. However, many restrictions still exist. From the communist viewpoint, ongoing tensions reflected the United States' refusal to accept Cuba's right to self-determination and its socialist system. Overall, Cuba's relationship with the United States is characterized by mutual distrust and ideological opposition. The United States views Cuba as a threat due to its communist government and alliances, while Cuba perceives United States policy as a continuation of imperialist efforts to control the island. This dynamic is essential for understanding Cuba's foreign policy and its commitment to internationalism within the framework of communism.